Hey, it's party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode. Chad Prather Show, Studio 22, the mothership. That's what it is, Party Foul. Party Foul Steve, look at him over there.
Hey, I'm back, kind of, sort of,
halfway.
back. I'm halfway back.
Like we were talking about Steve, talking about how he was bad and down with his back and all this stuff, and he hadn't been out of bed in 5 days except to see the chiropractor a little bit. He texted me a little while ago and said, I'm on my way in. I'm coming in. Man, you're like Kirk Gibson in the World Series, man.
No, because I watched the podcast without me, and I was like, man, it's just missing something, so I need to get back. I mean, y'all did great, but I was like,
it was definitely missing something.
Definitely missing Party Foul Steve, so.
At least he's honest.
What's funny is I was watching the thing. I was sitting in traffic yesterday, and I was watching it on Facebook, because normally I go over to YouTube, which I encourage everybody to do. And listen, guys, there's going to come a day where you don't have the podcast on Facebook. I mean, Candice, that's going to happen. We've been making it easy on you in recent months, but there will come a day. So I'm telling you now, get over to YouTube, subscribe, and get your notifications, and go to where podcasts are offered and listen to them there. Because we've made it easy, but I'm telling you, I'm twisting the powers that be. I'm twisting their arms, and they're twisting back. But
just so they're prepared.
Just be prepared, okay? And so anyway, I was listening to it. I was on Facebook yesterday watching it as I was going home in traffic. It was playing, and I was listening to it. And I was just wanting to see how many people were going to comment and talk about how much they miss Steve.
Nobody.
The only person who said anything about missing Steve was Steve.
But that is true. But do you know how many? I probably got 25 private messages via Facebook and Instagram. So that made me feel good.
Well, you're part of this show, Steve. You're part of this family, and I've missed you.
I'm a cornerstone of the show.
I felt bad for you. Is my car still sitting in front of your house?
Yeah, it's still sitting there.
Okay, good. Nobody's dented it in or stolen it?
In that neighborhood, you never know.
Steve's neighborhood, I mean, it's borderline sketch.
It's borderline.
It's not a bad neighborhood.
You go down the street back behind me, it gets sketchier. You go one more street over, I don't even go back there.
And what's funny is if you went like a quarter mile back through the woods back there, you got $1 million homes. $1 million
homes, golf courses, everything.
Crazy. Right? Anyway, look at this shirt I'm wearing. Give me a vanity shot on this thing, Mark. If you can see that, the Chad Prather Show, isn't that gorgeous? Got our logo on there. Bam, I can't do it. Anyway, you can see it.
I went to the Blaze's store yesterday and looked at the stuff they have, and we need to find an easier way to get to Chad Prather's stuff. You have to go through like 7 clicks to get to it.
Well, all you got to do is just copy the link like I do, and then just share it with people.
Okay. Make it easy.
The direct link.
Yeah.
Don't you can go to theblaze.com and go to more, and then go to shop and all that stuff. And just get on there. You can find it if you really want to get to it. But we got some cool stuff on there. We got some Party Time Mom. We got some new Party Time Mom shirts coming. We got one that's going to make everybody mad. It's F the Left, EFF. Party Time Mom. Say horn. And then we're going to Pick Your Outrage. We got a whole new segment that we're going to be doing on the show called Pick Your Outrage.
I got a message yesterday. Somebody requested a flag, a Party Time. It's Party Time Mom flag.
Okay, well that's we can sell one of those. Okay. I'm kidding. Hey, listen, you know what's great, Mark, is we got great faithful viewers and listeners. We really do.
We do.
I mean, the same people. There's so many people that are on here who are just faithful and just good folks, and I will give a shout out to guys like Gerald Krennick, who's just fantastic. I mean, this dude, he's constantly on there. Now he's going to comment 9,000 times, and I just appreciate it, man. We have a good time. But you know what bugs me about you guys is I was watching the numbers yesterday, and see, if we don't have sponsors, we don't have a show. So we have to do the sponsor reads, and we love our sponsors, and we appreciate them. But I started noticing as soon as I started doing the ad read, the numbers started falling off. And as soon as I was done, I don't know how this happens, 30 seconds later, it started rising back up. So I am super excited to talk to you about this weight management supplement. You're going to like this one. It works. It's called Riduzone. Its only ingredient, OEA, is a natural metabolite of olive oil produced in the body. Metabolite. That's a hard word to say.
It is.
Metabolite. That means you produce it, I produce it, even my dog produces it. But the problem is you will have to drink gallons and gallons of olive oil to produce enough OEA in the body to reap its benefits, which I'm telling you is not pleasant. It will make you regular. Based on several university researchers, the roles of OEA are to regulate appetite and the metabolism of body fat. A 6-year study of former Big Loser contestants, which is sponsored by the National Institute of Health and the National Institute of Diabetes, concluded that most participants gained their weight back because of slower metabolism. Do you have a slow metabolism? You're 23. No, you don't.
Yeah, no, I think I'm good still.
You're pretty good, yeah. Give it a minute. Have a baby. The takeaway is that there is a scientific reason why it's so hard to keep weight off, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Riduzone is America's first and only FDA-accepted new dietary supplement of OEA. Riduzone supplies you more of what you already have and helps you with the weight loss, portion control, and burning body fat. I'm telling you, this stuff works. I kept asking around. It works. Steve, get out of the M&Ms. You're going to gain weight. If you're looking to lose weight this season, I strongly suggest you give non-prescription Riduzone a try. Use promo code Chad. Get 30% off. Seriously, Steve, put the M&Ms down.
I put them down.
Use promo code Chad and get 30% off of a 3-month supply plus free shipping. Go to riduzone.com. That's RIDUZONE.com. RIDUZONE.com. Use promo code Chad. I'm sitting there talking about Riduzone, and Steve's over there rattling the box of peanut M&Ms.
I know.
He's a fool. You settle down, Steve. We ain't got time to waste on you today.
Loud.
Send you home.
He's making up for lost airtime.
No, I know he is. I want to talk about some off the rails today. Going to start doing some of these, some off the rails news topics. These are things you don't know that's going on in the world, but they matter, Bougie Sean. They matter. They matter. You're in a mood today. I'm going to cheer you up.
I had no coffee. I had a 3-year-old that came in the middle of the bed last night and shoved their foot in my face the whole night. I was working on an episode. I had to deal with traffic getting here. It's been rough.
That's what Bougie Sean goes through every week to bring you episodes of Humor Me, which some of you are missing because I'm telling you, the greatest stuff's on there. Go to blaze.com, blazetv.com/humor.
I think he needs more kids, so you
use
get
promo
used to
code
that.
Chad.
No more kids. I'm good.
All right, we got to get to what we got to get to. Let's do this thing. There is a feud going on in the neighborhood. That's right. There is a lady. There is this lady. She's in Perth, which is Australia. She's mad because she can't enjoy her backyard. You know why? She's vegan, and her neighbors keep cooking meat. They're barbecuing. Yeah. She's an angry vegan in a leather skirt and an animal print top. She took her neighbors to court to stop them from barbecuing meat after claiming the smells are impacting her sleep.
Try to take it all the way up to the Supreme Court at one point.
She said the smells were devastating. They put it there so I smell fish. All I can smell is fish. I can't enjoy my backyard. I go out there. It's deliberate. That's what I told the courts. It's deliberate. It's been devastating. It's been turmoil. It's been unrest. I haven't been able to sleep.
Hey, you know as well as I do, the first time she complained to them, they went and bought more fish and fired the grill up even hotter. Because that's what I'd have done. Hey, you got meat
back there? You know, something with a face. I got to cook it.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, you don't like the smell? Well, smell this.
Because, you know, that's the difference between what vegetarians and vegans is. Vegans don't eat anything with a face. Like, there's vegetarians that will eat fish or eggs or something like that, but they won't eat, you know, red meat, won't eat chicken, that kind of thing. But vegans is nothing but vegetable products, right? So there's nothing with a face, like strict vegans. So that's why I'm saying you go to your butcher shop. Give me something with a face. Give me something with a face. I got to cook it. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, pick your outrage right there. They reached an agreement that positioning his barbecue, Mr. Vu was his name, her neighbor. He positioned his barbecue on Unit B, away from Miss Carmen's Unit C, closer to Unit 18A. And that was acceptable to the applicant.
I was going to ask, who barbecues fish?
Well, you grill it.
But how much? But it's Mr. Vu, so
Mr. Vu. Of course Mr. Vu is cooking fish. Here's another one. I love this. I've loved this whole, you want to talk about picking your outrage. I've loved this whole feud that's gone on between Popeye's chicken sandwiches and the Chick-Fil-A chicken sandwiches. Did anybody in this room ever get one of those Popeye chicken sandwiches?
Haven't had it yet.
No, I waited in line until a guy came out. They're paying a guy stand in line to tell people at the drive-thru that they're out of the chicken sandwich.
How many? So when they told you, because I remember, because y'all left our house,
Yeah.
right? And you said we're gonna go. You went to Popeyes to get chicken sandwiches, and then you were waiting in line. There was a line there. How many people after he told them pulled out a line and left?
Several did.
Really?
They were there just for that. Now us, we pulled on up because I'm hungry and I'm not going to get in another line. So
now y'all know, and Sean knows, of course. Me and Sean, we share an affinity for chicken. We love fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can eat it every day of my life. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Did you know, by the way, this weekend at Texas Live is the Texas Chicken Wing Festival?
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is. For $59, you can go in there with a VIP pass and start at noon by yourself with just the other VIPs. Eat all you want till 2. You get drink tickets. You get chicken wing tickets. You get your own bucket. You can carry around your chicken wings.
Bucket?
And I got to do an event. I got to do the ride benefiting veterans. I don't got to do it. I get to do it, and I'm thankful to do it. But I'm donating my time to MC for this event. They're doing a ride over at the River Ranch Stockyard, so I don't get to go eat chicken wings. So go eat chicken wings, Shawnee.
I love how you priced it out,
2
though.
hours to eat $60.
But don't eat a lot because we got to have Steve's birthday party. So anyway, look at Steve. Steve got serious about that. Steve's birthday party's on Friday. But back to Popeye's Chicken. Don't get me off track. A group of hungry diners tried to storm a Texas Popeyes at gunpoint
In Houston.
after they were told the chain had run out of chicken sandwiches.
Of course, it was Houston.
It's
Of
Houston.
course it was. Yeah. They took hangry to new heights, people. That's right. Monday night, they stormed a local Popeyes. 2 women and 3 men stopped at the drive-thru. I mean,
All right, real quick. What were their names?
you come on. You
It wasn't
know.
Mr. Vu.
You know. It
Come
wasn't
on.
Mr. Vu.
It wasn't
Come on.
Mr. Vu.
Yeah. This
What were their names?
they left a baby unattended in the back seat
Priorities.
I
in
mean,
their SUV.
baby can't drive, so what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Where's the baby going to go?
Ain't going nowhere. Got him locked down.
Should have left him in there with the dog.
Yeah, the next best thing is a leash at the mall. Listen, man.
I'm just say Bojangles has better fried chicken than Popeyes.
Yeah, they filed one man in Tennessee. He filed a $5,000 lawsuit against Popeyes after he learned the new menu favorite had sold out. Now, this is the epitome of privileged, entitled America right here. Did you see the video of the guy when he climbed through?
Yeah, he
The
climbed through,
drive-thru
and that
window?
woman was whooping him.
Yeah.
She was beating the snot out of him.
She choked him out. He knocked his shoes off, got through the window. She choked him out. They had to take him back out the window the same way he came in.
For fried chicken from a fast food joint.
I know. If you guys want a funny reference, go. And I won't say it here because everybody gets on to me. But the Joe Pesci scene where he's
They
Yes,
F
on-
you at
on-
the drive-thru.
on Lethal Weapon 2 or 3, whatever.
3.
Yeah.
With Chris
He's like,
Rock.
"I'm at the drive-thru." Anyway,
Yep. I mean, I'd rather go to Hattie B's in Nashville.
Hattie B's or Party Foul.
Or
That's what they'll be.
Party Foul somewhere. I
That's
mean,
good chicken in Nashville.
everybody's going crazy over a fast food joint.
But I've heard people say that the Popeyes chicken sandwich is actually better than Chick-fil-A. I'd love to try it.
They're a different breed, though.
Yeah, it is. It's a different deal. I like Popeyes chicken. Chick-fil-A, honestly, there are things about Chick-fil-A I love. I love their service. I love their values. I love their company. I do love their but I could like live without their chicken sandwich, quite honestly. But their chicken is good.
Whataburger makes a good chicken
They
sandwich.
do. And a honey butter chicken biscuit at Whataburger is my favorite thing. That's the number 25 if you're looking. I like the, by the way, get Ridges on. Go to ridgeszone.com and use promo code Chad. But yeah, I like Chick-fil-A fine enough. But I got a little soul in me, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not. I was supposed to try Lisa's fried chicken out in Fort Worth the other day, but
Yeah.
she keeps pulling back and she doesn't want to do it. I'm like, I'm gonna go by myself.
Lisa's chicken is good. I will go. It's run by Vietnamese people. Mr. Vu is back.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Mr. Nguyen.
I'm fine with that.
Did you hear the people who actually think that like the Popeyes chicken sandwich doesn't even exist? They're just making hype for their company because they just like keep telling everybody it's sold out.
I think Chick-fil-A did them a favor.
Well, my buddy Cafe Anderson, who will be on the show here pretty soon. I talked to him the other day. He went into Popeyes, him and his buddy and one of his kids. They went in there and had to wait like 35 minutes just to get a sandwich. And so he was doing an Instagram story live, and he was like, man, He's like, I'm sorry I ever cheated on you, Chick-fil-A. I mean, that's working hard for a darn chicken sandwich.
I mean, Chick-fil-A, you pull up and they're handing a bag to you. You just take it.
Yeah,
and go.
it's my pleasure. I mean, like if I pull into Chick-fil-A and there's a line wrapped around the building, I'll still go because I know it's going to take me 3 minutes. They're just going to whip it right through there.
Does it upset you when you go to a different business or somewhere and you tell them thank you and they say my pleasure and they're not Chick-fil-A?
I don't know that I've ever had that happen.
I haven't
But what
happened.
does tick me off is when I pull up there and they're copying Chick-fil-A's business model and they don't know how to do it. They've got people out in the drive-thru trying to take your order and they're not as good. They're not as good. You hear me, McDonald's? No. You're not as good.
Especially
I do appreciate the fact that McDonald's supports Donald Trump. Did you hear about this dog? You got to blame everything on the dog, folks. You blame everything on the dog. If you've ever let a stink biscuit go into bed with your wife and she's like, honey, and you're like, it's the dog. That's the dog. You got it. I'm giving you tips right here, Candace. All right?
Sleep with the dog, Candace. Sleep with the dog.
Exactly.
That's
the
what
dog.
he's saying. Keep a dog in bed with you so you can blame it on the dog.
A dog
Steve.
whose name was Marino accidentally stepped on the remote control. He ordered pay-per-view porn in a hotel. And he landed his owner with a $70 bill. Stepped on it, the Hustler channel. This dude, 58 years old, he called DirecTV. As soon as he realized what happened, they assured him he would not be charged. The channel was removed. Months later, the channel still appeared in his TV lineup. So he wasn't at a hotel. He was at home. My bad. So he ordered. He refused to pay. TV company cut him off until he complained again and gave him a credit. Well, that's because he was talking to somebody in Puerto Rico. I mean, in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Right?
They still exist? Like channels?
Pay-per-view?
Yeah, like Hustler channel.
What's funny is, like, I've had these guys who are like, years ago, as these guys who want to go out on these business trips or whatever. Well, I think I'm going to rent a movie tonight. And then, next morning they're checking out, because you don't even really check out of a hotel anymore. You just leave.
Yeah, you just leave.
They know you're not there.
Yeah.
So I don't need to give you your plastic key. I'll just leave it on the dresser.
Yeah.
You can get it back. But these guys will be checking out, Oh, yeah, and then you had this $11.95 charge here. Well, you know good and well the normal movies. I mean, if you were watching Mission Impossible, it was only $3.95. So, we'll have discreet billing. Hey, Mr. Johnson, don't forget you got the $11.95 here on your bill. Well, yeah. That was a whole new Mission Impossible is what that was.
Bonus features.
Butt Pirates of the Caribbean. Apparently, this guy.
That's a classic.
Yeah, this thing's rough, man. You got to be careful what your dog steps on.
That's a lot of intricate stepping, and for the dog to.
Yeah, I mean, he ordered it, put in the code. I mean, he had to dial the exact number. I'm thinking Mr. Barnes has a real smart dog, or he knows how to lie. The dog, let me tell you what happened. Thomas Barnes, Mr. Barnes got drunk and lonely, and and he blamed the dog. Explain the paw, baby. Explain the paw, the porn, and the payment. That's all I got to say.
But he's now filed a complaint with the Federal Communications Commission. He's taken it all the way up to the top.
Off the rails.
And what he's going to do the rest of us is make it harder for us and more steps to go through to order porn.
And here you were worrying about buying a T-shirt off of blaze.com.
He's going to go down a rabbit hole to get some porn.
You talking about how many buttons you got to push to order this T-shirt?
It's 9 clicks to order a T-shirt, and 1 click of a dog orders porn.
Listen, if a dog can find the Hustler channel and make you pay $70 extra, you can find this stupid T-shirt on the blaze.com.
That's their new marketing strategy.
And by the way, it ain't a stupid T-shirt. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. Go get you one. There's this kid who went blind, 17 years old.
He was watching Hustler.
He was watching. The dog stepped on the remote control. Good call, Steve. So this kid, fussy eating Breton. He lost his eyesight over the course of 3 years. 17-year-old boy. You know why he lost his eyesight? Get this. Vitamin deficiency. Vitamin deficiency. Vitamin deficiency. Not but what you think, Steve. Because he only ate French fries, Pringles, white bread, and sausage.
What kind of parenting is that, though?
The ones that just give in and say, "Oh, they got to eat something
every day."
I mean, that is total absentee parenting. Like, I have a daughter. She can make a full meal out of French fries. Like, that's her. And she's a professional dancer. She's tall and lean and all that stuff. And I'm like, baby, one of these days,
It's gonna catch up.
that ain't gonna be good for you now. Mm-hmm. I mean, it ain't good for you now, but one of these days you're gonna really regret if you keep doing that. But she loves her French fries. And I'm like, no. But he said, when I was little, I'd go out and play football with my friends. I'm too frightened to do that now.
You can't see. That would be dangerous. Run out in the road after a football.
His mom, who quit her pub job to look after him.
Well, somebody's got to look after him. He can't look after himself.
Ocasio-Cortez here came home from mom's working the bar all night. Kids eating French fries, Pringles, and white bread. I mean, this is a movie right here. She said his sight went downhill very fast. Now people are gonna say, "Oh, you're blind shaming." Shut up, I'm blind. Who cares? Get over it. This is funny.
Like, I like wings, and I can eat that every day.
Yeah,
but I also supplement
chicken.
other things around it.
Can you go blind on fried chicken?
Let's try it.
I mean, okay, so that's the thing I've always argued is you got to have a healthy diet. Like, you got to have a balanced diet. You can't just eat one thing for the rest of your life. I mean, for 3 years, this kid ate chips, Pringles, sausages. It's the processed food. You can't do that.
Yeah,
that's blindness by junk food.
The best part.
That's the whole documentary of Super Size Me. I mean,
that's what we're doing.
That's what
we as
Super Size
Americans are doing to ourselves.
Well, and the deal is you're getting the calories, you're just not getting the nutrients. And that's the deal. It's all about the nutrients, Get Riduzone. You got to, dude, on the outside, they said on the outside, he was like a healthy 14-year-old boy.
The best part is that his mom says he would love a job, but he has not been able to find anything he can do.
Go to school.
I mean, I'm wondering, like, will your sight come back?
I don't think that's a thing.
I don't think that's a thing. Like, if all of a sudden you started giving yourself the vitamins you needed. Now, okay, let's take it one step further. And this one, and look, I'm gonna get raw on this, okay, because this is just dumb. This next one's just dumb. You talk about off the rails. I love when you pull these headlines, Candace. They're the best. Parents slam a classic children's book for encouraging eating disorders. So there's this book called A Piece of Cake.
From 1989.
1989. It's by Jill Murphy. Sold 5 million copies. And the character is Mrs. Large, an elephant trying to lose weight on a diet. So now, here we are, 30 years later. And they're claiming that it's fat shaming. It's important, someone said, fellow author said, Carol Hart said, it's important to remember it was written 30 years ago. Yes. And what their argument is, while it may have been fine 30 years ago because of the prevalence and the growth of eating disorders in our culture today, that now it's inappropriate. Now, see, that's where the dumb stuff happens right there. Okay? That's where the dumb stuff happens. It's not this woman who wrote this children's book fault that all of a sudden everybody started getting their eating disorders. That is on the person. Now, there are people, and let me be serious for a second, just go ahead and qualify before I get stupid. There are people who have disorders. There are people who have thyroid disorders. Mm-hmm. There are people who have things that they can't control, low metabolisms, things like that. There are issues on a physical level, on a health level, where people, anatomically, physiologically, they can't lose weight. They're going to gain weight. All right. Those things happen. But it's no one else's fault if you decide that you're going to become bulimic or anorexic or anything like that. Now, are there circumstantial or societal pressures around you? Yeah, maybe so, but still it's your fault. You did it to yourself. So it's not a matter of fat shaming in this regard, and it's nobody else's fault that you did it. Now, does anybody disagree with me on that? I'm anxious. I want to hear other opinions. Candace, do you have a thought on that?
No, I agree with you.
You agree with that? I mean, I didn't put my fingers down your throat, right? You did it. I'm using you euphemistically.
As an example,
I was
yeah.
like, wow.
Because I mean, you're a healthy
really
big girl,
touching
so
and
it's all
personal.
good. The
Healthy big girl.
you're at a healthy thick weight, okay?
Chad, I would like to apologize for fat shaming you over
Yeah.
the last few years.
But I mean,
Hadn't
you
worked at
write
all.
this book. You write this book, and I want to read you some of it. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. In one section, Mother Elephant, Mrs. Large, tells her children, I'm fat. And the kids are trying to talk her out of it. So here's what she says. She says, I'm fat, says Mrs. Large. No, you're not, said Lester. You're our cuddly mummy, says Laura. You're just right, said Luke. Mummy's got wobbly bits, said the baby. Exactly, said Mrs. Large. As I was saying, I'm fat.
From a personal perspective, what was that promo code for Riduzone again?
Riduzone.com, promo code Chad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's an elephant in a children's book. Why are we overanalyzing that an elephant who is fat?
Pick your outrage. Here's some stuff from Amazon. Somebody said, absolutely disgusting. Diet culture, body shaming, food shaming. Highly inappropriate content for young, impressionable children to read. Oh, well, it's okay for a 3-year-old to pick their frickin' gender. I mean, we won't let them pick their bedtime, but they can pick their gender. Come on.
It's ridiculous.
You got people out there wanting 8-year-olds to vote. What's that Suzuki dude? Look, you got to look that up sometime. What's his last name? Something Suzuki. He's some professor or some deal, and he's encouraging that we got to get 8-year-olds voting. Stupid. But you're going to talk about impressionable children. Yeah, you got transgender and transvestites. You know, you got this 11-year-old kid out there, and they're throwing singles at him while he's dancing in front of them. Give me a break.
You have a kid that's eating white bread and Pringles every day. You want him to vote?
Yeah.
You want the kid that's eating Pringles and white bread every day to vote? Come on. Come on.
3 years. Sausage, Pringles, and French fries.
You know what? You need to vote in America.
You need to vote.
We should do a challenge where you guys go on that diet for 1 week and then give us
No, I'm
feedback
good.
on what
Hell no.
happens.
I
Why
like
not?
chicken.
Are you kidding me?
I like fried chicken.
Riduzone.com.
No.
Afterward.
Well, I'm happy to use Riduzone all the time, but I love Riduzone. But let me tell you something. Promo code Chad. But I mean, come on. What's it going to be? Either they're impressionable or they're not impressionable. I mean, now you're going to say, oh, these impressionable children. So somebody said, how anyone thinks this book is appropriate is beyond me. Terrible content.
Those books are impressionable because I remember as a kid, there's the kid that had the rubber band and he put it on his bedpost and he just took off walking and stretching and he walked around the world and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've been looking for a rubber band like that ever since.
Yeah, and you
it.
could I love you to the moon and back. Like that's legit, man.
Yeah.
And Olivia the pig.
I love Olivia.
I love Olivia. But she's a little
quote it every
overweight. She's a
night.
little chunky.
I quote it every night.
And let me tell you something. I read Rub-a-Dub-Dub 3 Men in a Tub. It led me into a pure sexual revolution in college.
Mm-hmm.
This book could have been acceptable when released in 1989, but when eating disorders are becoming more common, I think it's a completely inappropriate message to be sending young children, especially if they're at a really impressionable age. Its message is completely missed. See, that's the hypocrisy of it.
They're talking about the kids that stay at home and play video games that don't leave and do sports and gain weight from this.
I love how everybody's all about these impressionable children when it fits the narrative.
And then you have the opposite of some people saying, get a grip, she'll likely come across much worse in her life than this book.
Yeah, it makes me want to eat a piece of cake.
Let's get some fried chicken right now. Let's
Look,
go.
have a healthy body image. That's fine. Like, I'll call it out if I want to call it out. I don't like it when you glorify an unhealthy body image. I don't care what you weigh. I don't care who you are. But, that's your business, is your body. Yes, we do live in a culture where people need to get a grip on okay, so you're carrying extra pounds or whatever like that. And, does that make a person not beautiful? No. But to the degree you do it, it makes a person unhealthy, like on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit deal when they had that plus-size model out there. And, she was a plus-size model out there. And, you couldn't even see, it was a swimsuit issue. You couldn't even see the bikini part of the swimsuit issue because of her pluses.
Didn't slow me down, no.
But I'm like, they're like, oh, she's beautiful. And I'm like, well, her doctor doesn't think so. So, I mean, because it's unhealthy at some point in time. That's not fat shaming. That's just being freaking honest. And people get offended by honesty these days.
I got a great, when we were in Calgary, I was selling T-shirts, and the guy came up and says, "Oh my goodness, the camera does add 10 pounds." Because he says, "You look a lot slimmer in person." I was like,
Yeah, should have punched him.
So I'm 10 pounds slimmer, guys.
You should have punched him.
Sean's not, though.
I'm overweight. I mean,
He's eating right now. He's over here
I'm
sausage
overweight.
sticks.
Always eating that nasty stuff. Here's
I'm
a
fine.
fun one. Speaking of dogs, this is what that dude, when his dog ordered Hustler, this is what should have happened right here. This girl, Brooke Hout, who apparently has 330,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. She was trying to do this video with her dog, and she accidentally published the wrong unedited video.
Correct. Yeah, she went ahead and fully publicly released it, and it was completely unedited.
Yeah.
And featured some content that I'm sure.
And her dog was
Yeah.
a Doberman Pinscher.
Yes.
And she just beat the crap out of this dog. Like, she was pushing the dog around. She's spitting its face. She was, smacking the dog, slapping the dog, all this stuff. And so the thing went viral, even though she immediately deleted it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You put something out there, you put the wrong thing out there.
It's gone.
People, they got it. They got you like
there's
that.
programs out there that people have that grab stuff.
You
Whatever.
better remember that, Steve.
Boom.
Don't you, when you start doing your new little vlog, your little,
I've already put out episodes.
I understand, but I'm telling you, better be careful you don't publish the wrong one.
I know.
Listen, over the last several years, I've accidentally published the wrong video. I mean, it was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't the right one that I was trying to post. And it's like there, boom, you got to go in and delete it. But people will grab it, man. If it's the wrong thing.
Leave it to
It can
professionals.
be easily downloaded.
Yeah.
So
Just click
quickly.
one button.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the unedited one, people stole it, and then it immediately went viral and racked up over 500,000 views on Twitter, which is a lot on Twitter. And obviously, PETA got mad and all this stuff. So the LAPD, Animal Control Task Force, they stepped in. They investigated. Now, she's not going to be charged with animal abuse. And, of course, she apologized and stuff like that. But I'm like, if that's how you treat your dog, because, I mean, again, what set it off was the dog licked her in the face. And, she
All it
went,
takes is a little thump in the nose once or twice. You
no,
don't have to.
Steve, it's not.
Hey, you
and
got to teach them. You don't have to beat them, though.
But if she was that comfortable doing that in front of a camera.
In front of a camera,
you know.
It makes me worry about old Sphinx, the Doberman. That was his name, Sphinx.
You should whisper to them.
She said, however, when my 70-pound Doberman is jumping up in my face with his mouth open, I do, as a dog parent, have to show him that his behavior is unacceptable. She says, I want to clarify, I'm not a dog abuser or animal abuser in any way, shape, or form. Anyone who has witnessed or heard true animal abuse will be able to clearly see that. And she worked the dog over pretty good.
I need to see the video to make a judgment for myself. I haven't seen it.
You've seen it, haven't you, Sean?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
But apparently most of her YouTube channel revolves around her dog. So that wasn't something that was out of character for her dog to be in front of the camera with her.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
Now, anybody that watches my truck videos, when Willie's in the back, Willie gets in the truck voluntarily. He's actually alive and happy. Yes, people say, he's panting, he needs water. No, he runs all over the place, Then he gets into the cool air-conditioned truck, and he's happy to be there. That's why he normally chills out and just calms down. And yes, sometimes when he's paying attention, he pants. But I've never had to beat the dog to get him in the truck.
He's a great dog.
Or to get him out. I mean, he's smarter than all of us. I mean, that's a good dog. And anyway, you just got to know how to handle dogs. And obviously that ain't how you do it. You hear about the wedding venue in Mississippi?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah?
I know about it. I heard about it.
The interracial couple? They refused to rent to an engaged interracial couple.
Mississippi got.
Ooh, 34 mark. Can't say GD on here.
Steve's going to make sure everybody knows what he said.
That's a Nina Simone song. I'm just saying Nina Simone song.
I'm going to go ahead and just timestamp that for later.
There you go. Black groom to be and his white fiance, LaCambria Welch, sister of the groom. She paid the venue and then posted a visit, paid the venue a visit, and posted a video on Facebook for a conversation with a woman believed to be the owner. She said they reserve the right to refuse service to gay and interracial couples. What do y'all think about that?
Well, she said it was because of her Christian beliefs.
Yeah, she said it was supported by the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is, what do y'all think about that?
It's a joke.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I thought the Bible says something about loving your neighbor. It doesn't say.
Well, the Bible does talk about intermarrying, but it's talking about across tribal and national lines because what the Bible's talking about is not about interracial marriage. What the Bible is talking about in the Old Testament is a dilution of the bloodline because God had set apart the Jews as his own chosen people, and he wanted to make sure that they remained the seed of Abraham through Isaac and through Jacob. So the whole thing was, don't be intermarrying, because by intermarrying, what you're going to be doing is you're going to not only dilute the bloodline, you're going to dilute your religion, you're going to dilute your worship, you're going to dilute everything, because now you're going to take on the gods of these foreigners that are there too, because they're not going to give up their gods, they're going to bring them into your home, and now you have diluted this pure faith. So that's the whole thing. But to sit there and say, oh, no, it's all about skin color, that's not at all what that's talking about. At all. So that's just absolutely dumb. I mean, you're talking about, I do believe we're created. I believe, I believe there's a God, and I believe we're created by God. And physically, I know that we're like 0.001% different based on our skin color. That's it. Our DNA is only, that is 0.001% of your DNA determines your skin color. That's all the differences that we have. Go to ridgezone.com. You'll be white. I'm kidding. You'll be black. Okay. And by the way, you look more slender. You look more slender when you're black. That's why you wear black. Slenderizing. Look at Candice.
Okay.
Camera adds less than 10 pounds to you.
Okay.
There you go.
That stayed safe and
yeah. Exactly. Boonville, Mississippi. But I mean, okay, so people you don't want to bake a gay wedding cake. Like, would you have a problem baking somebody a gay wedding cake?
No. I like money.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a battlefield I'd care to die on.
No.
As long as it's not like one of the vulgar cakes, like thing. But a wedding cake? No, that's if
you
look at me
dudes are
crazy.
getting married.
There's a whole different.
No.
There's people that bake cakes that look like,
You would totally bake a phallic cake.
Well, I'm just
You
saying.
would. Don't even try to moralize.
I might bake
this thing.
one, but I'm not going to eat one.
So you would eat a penis cake?
No, I don't want one. I'm good.
Why not? It's just a cake.
I don't know how our viewers or our listeners feel about that, but that's just not a battlefield I'm going to die on. No. I mean, I'm not going to refuse service to somebody on the basis of their sexual orientation or their racial, their gender or anything else. I mean, it's just
I'm kind of on the line with it because I don't see that one as the whole deal with the guy in Colorado with the cake. It's his business. He doesn't want to do it. They could go find somewhere else to do it.
I mean, I believe in
the. You don't want my business? Fine, give me my money back. I'm going somewhere else.
I mean, I believe in the right to refuse service, right? But don't be a bigot or whatever.
Yeah.
What happened, Mark? Did you butt dial somebody?
Yeah, Siri randomly started talking to me, and
that's funny.
Didn't even have
Siri
my phone. The phone was in my pocket.
We started
I don't
talking.
know.
See, NSA is listening. People,
you can't say Siri too
listening.
loud around your phone either.
Well, we were talking about baking gay cakes, and all of a sudden Siri started talking to us.
It was hitting redial on Mark's phone.
Oh my gosh! Hey, did y'all? And we're gonna get out of here on this one, but did y'all see that miniature horse that the lady? You can bring a miniature horse. They're recognized. Dogs and miniature horses are recognized as emotional support animals.
Good Lord.
You can register both of them, which makes zero sense to me whatsoever.
She had on the plane.
Yeah, because people have tried to bring peacocks on the plane. They brought squirrels.
Pigs.
I love the one where the girl brought her guinea pig on the
Yeah.
plane, and they were like, "No, you can't have that on here." So she went in the lavatory and flushed it
Yeah.
in the middle of the flight.
Yeah.
35,000 feet. More emotionally support this, Mom. Stay horned. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So they miniature horse from Chicago to Nebraska last Thursday. 7-year-old mare named Flirty. I mean, first of all, people that fly with support animals, and we have a lot of friends in the vet community who have these animals, and they're very well trained. They go right under the seat, where your carry-on is or whatever. They go right under the seat, and this thing's standing there. Can you imagine? It's bad enough that 3 seats across, you've just dealt with TSA, you've waited in line, you've just had to deal with all this crap, getting ready to get on a plane, and then you get on and you're in the middle seat, and you got to deal with a freaking horse standing there in the aisle with you. I mean, the horse is right there, and your knees are up against the horse. And this woman, by the way, she was Mrs. Large, and I don't know how she was fitting in this economy seat, but she had a horse too. I mean, what the hell? Somebody need to write a book about her in 1989.
136-pound horse.
Oh,
like
horse!
Insane, man.
Yeah, that's gotten out of control.
Stupid.
That's insane.
Now, the lady apparently was disabled. I don't know with what, but Flirty and she flew to the Windy City to visit her family last week. I'm sure her family was just freaking
Steve's
thrilled.
disabled right now. He doesn't have a horse with him.
Mentally
To
disabled.
pick up the horse from the airport.
So the U.S. Department of Transportation, they've come up with some new guidelines. You know, they allow passengers to bring miniature horses on domestic flights. Now, they could face some fines if they block travelers from bringing pets onto the planes if they're designated as service animals. But come on.
Yeah, if there was an incident where you had to get off the plane quickly, that horse is not going to know how to open the emergency exit door.
I'm going to need a verbal yes. I mean, do you selfie with the horse? I mean, what do
yes,
you do?
I
You
would.
like
They took pictures with the horse, the flight attendants. I'll put a picture in, but the flight attendants and the flight crew pose with the horse.
I think if I needed an emotional support animal, I would shop around and find the smallest one I could find. Maybe like a lizard or something.
You would pick a lizard.
Yeah, but you'd still have like a Caucasian Ovchorka, which is one of the biggest dog breeds ever. I mean, you would still have this monster of an animal in there. And what happens when the thing's got to take a dump? I mean, at what point in time, you can't train a horse not to take a dump.
Nope.
And just pee. I mean, they can
you're
pee
going to
while
get
they're
argument
asleep.
now. There's somebody who's got a house-trained horse. And
No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't. Come at me. At me. No, you don't have a house-trained horse. You might have one that accidentally doesn't on your carpet while it's in there for 30 minutes. But yes.
Can you imagine that horse pissing on the plane?
Have you ever seen a horse
Like
pee?
a gallon.
Like you guys, and I'm sure most of our audience, y'all have seen a horse pee. I mean, you've heard the thing about I got to pee like a racehorse. I mean, it's a lot. These miniature horses. Well, Allison, my personal assistant, so she was with the Mini Horse Association for a while and ran the organization and stuff. And so we used to joke about it all the time. They're still horses. They're still horses.
Just smaller
I
scale.
wonder what her input is on this right now.
They had her on Fox News talking about it, about the stuff. She was opposed to it. I mean, it's just silly. And I know you're going to have the mini horse people out there. They're going, oh no. Don't find your horse. Don't find your identity in your horse. Okay, look at me. Don't find your identity in your horse. I don't care what your horse does. Don't find your identity in your pet. I don't care what it is.
That's powerful.
It is. It's strong.
It's powerful.
It's strong for people, and you need to hear it. You need to hear what I'm telling you. Don't have a hobby that eats, okay? Especially one that eats as much as a horse. Can you imagine?
Probably should have specified at the beginning animals.
Yeah, well.
It's a lot of food for something you can't eat.
With respect to animal species, we indicated that we would focus our enforcement efforts on ensuring that the most commonly used service animals, dogs, cats, and miniature horses, are accepted for transport. That is the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Dogs, cats, and miniature horses.
It's absolutely ridiculous that we've given in to miniature horses on airplanes. Period. I can take the hate.
Another powerful.
It's stupid.
You are so brave, Steve.
Sorry.
You are
Steve
so brave.
stared into the face
I stared at
of
you.
culture.
I'm just like, no, it's stupid.
He faced the gale winds and said, I can take it.
I want to get one.
He's
I want to
strong.
get one now.
Well, don't fly with me.
That is brave.
Yeah.
Very
is
brave.
brave.
I'm glad you voiced your opinion and decided to share with
I would definitely
that.
ask the airline, I want a different seat. So I'm not sitting next to a horse on an airplane. And I love horses, love animals, but no.
Not on
gonna
the
happen.
plane. This plane smells like a horse.
You turn around.
Smells like a horse.
I'm going to bring a horse on a plane into my life right now. We're getting on a plane this week.
No, we're not.
It's like,
Don't you try. Steve, bring real stuff into our life,
know.
not that kind of garbage. Oh, my gosh. Get your shirt, Chad Prather Show. Go to theblaze.com. Go get them. Join me on tour, watchchad.com. Next week, Steve, a week from tonight, we're September 11th, we're going to be in Branson, Missouri at the Dick Clark Theater. It is a benefit show along with Jason Pritchett and his band. It's going to benefit the American Valor Foundation, Chris Kyle's family. So come out and join us there. Then Steve and I are headed out to Folsom, California. Got a big show out there, going to be having fun. And then what I'm excited about, our Eagles of Liberty tour. We got a Freedom to Laugh tour, comedy tour that's coming out. Myself, Reno Collier, Brian Hayner, the guitar guy from Jeff Dunham, as you know, Michael Loftus, who, by the way, check out The Five on Fox News today and tomorrow. Loftus is on there co-hosting. Check it out. And so we're going to have fun. We're going to be in Des Moines, Iowa on the 24th of September. On the 25th of September, we're going to be in Omaha, Nebraska. On the 26th, we are going to be in Kansas City, Missouri, and then on and on from there. We got a Fox special we're going to shoot in Waco, Texas on October 30th at the Hippodrome. Those tickets will be on sale this week. But just keep a watch on. You can go to eaglesofliberty.com to find out more. Just go to my page, watchchad.com. We're having a good time. And don't forget, go to where podcasts are offered. YouTube and places like Apple Podcast and Stitcher and SoundCloud and Google Podcast, all these fantastic places. This girl right here, sitting to my left in the hot seat, Candice, the queen of the Ethiopians, she works hard to make sure this stuff gets loaded up, bleeped out, and edited the way it needs to. And I want to make sure that she has job security, and that takes numbers. And go to riduzone.com, riduzone.com, and use promo code Chad. Party Foul Steve, I'm glad to see you're upright. Your birthday's Friday.
Yes.
Hopefully you're well enough to eat tacos and drink margaritas, because that's what we'll be doing for you.
I'm ready.
Happy
I can
birthday,
do that.
Bougie Sean. Tomorrow, tune into the Chad Prather Show. It's just going to be me and the Puppet Master, Mark, sitting over here at the helm. We're going to talk to you about this situation going on with guns in Texas, and you don't want to miss it. I'm going to take 38 minutes of your time tomorrow night. Don't miss it. I'm going to get on that soapbox, and we're going to beat that miniature horse half to death. I love y'all. God bless. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.